People of YouTube, today I want to show you something really cool. This is a collection of elements that I've gathered over the past 3 years. So I'm gonna show you it now, going in order of atomic number. Starting with this, which is a bottle of hydrogen that I got from an electrolysis experiment that I did some time back. It probably all the hydrogen might have leaked out of it. This bottle of helium, which also may or may not have some helium still in it. It's kind of squished. So yeah. Here is Energizer lithium battery that I got from Home Depot store. Alright, boron is another one. This isn't pure boron, but more so a mixture, like silly putty like substance that I got from a book that I will show you. And another boron sample that I have is these eye drops. They are long expired, so yeah. Let's see, carbon activated charcoal from a friend, and a pencil that is just made of wood, no printing, well, this printing on it. Okay, for oxygen, I have this cool looking quartz geode, because quartz is silicon dioxide, crystal silicon dioxide. So there's some oxygen in here. Okay, what else is in here? For fluorine, I have this cool looking fluorite mineral that came from a kit that I got to take home. And some of this Teflon coated tape that was brought from Amazon. I cut some pieces of it off. Alright. For sodium, there's these salt crystals from my kitchen. Yeah, they all spilt out. We'll clean that up later. Magnesium. I hope that she's not watching this, but a burnt piece of magnesium that I borrowed from, well, took from a chemistry experiment that we did in class. Aluminium, a bunch of pieces of foil here. Very nice. Hammered this one a lot. This ball and just a strip. For silicone, I got a broken calculator. Broken circuit board. Very nice. Very cool. Very cool. For phosphorus, the striker of a matchbox that I ripped off, and a matchbox itself. Yeah. For sulfur, I have this pretty piece of pyrite, which is also known as fool's gold, but we'll get to gold in a bit. Chlorine, this probably chlorine gas filled test tube from a kit with a bit of bleach on the inside. And this PVC pipe, which contains polyvinyl chloride. Okay. For argon, this light bulb that, yeah, a light bulb. Then for calcium, I got a pretty cool looking seashell. Nice looking seashell from the beach. Okay. Then for iron, I have these nice little flakes. And some nails. And this tiny little wrench made of steel. Okay. Okay, for nickel, a nickel, which is an alloy that's 25% nickel, 75% copper. But these, I really like these nickels where Jefferson's face looks like this. Right. Then copper, this copper coated nail, kind of rusted. And some copper, very old copper pennies. This one from 1964. And this one, which was found when we collected change from an HEB all the way from 1917. Very, very old penny. And then when it comes to pennies, today they're mostly zinc, so I took some sandpaper and shaved down the face of this penny. Not all the way, but pretty shaved down. Pretty well. Okay. Then for selenium, there are the two Brazil nuts that I got from someone's house. I'm not gonna say who, but yeah. In fact, the doctor suggests that you only have 3 Brazil nuts maximum per day. And for bromine, this piece of bromine film we found in the garage. Yeah. And zirconium. This tiny piece of cubic zirconium lying inside the box. Looks like diamond, but it's not diamond. Very nice looking. Also got it from a book. And then iodine tincture at the store. This was very, very expensive. Yeah, and very, very toxic. So I haven't opened this bottle. Then there's neodymium, which these magnets help represent neodymium very well, which show some magnetism right there. Then tungsten, these two pretty nice and dense tungsten weights, very dense stuff. Ooh. Very nice. Platinum, spark plugs that I'm pretty sure they don't work anymore, but yeah, 2 platinum spark plugs. Very nice. For gold, again, from a book. The book is called The Elements Vault by Theodore Gray, if any of you wanted to know. It contains, this is a pretty nice piece of gold leaf. You can see, kind of looks like see it? Yeah. It's a pretty nice looking sample. Then lead is represented by these fishing weights. Ooh. Fishing weights. These are pretty toxic, pretty carcinogenic, so I haven't opened the bag yet. Bismuth, this tiny vial of Pepto-Bismol. It's probably long gone, long expired. Hoping to get a better sample of bismuth soon. And finally for radon, I read in Teo Gray's book that granite contains very tiny trace amounts of thorium and uranium, and those decay into radon. So for his radon sample, it's just represented by a big granite ball. So I have a nice piece of granite rock here for radon. And that's all 31 of the elements in my collection so far. Here is the book that I was talking about, where I got some of the element samples from. Elements Vault by Theodore Gray. It contains a bunch of pretty cool, it's like his Elements book. It contains a bunch of pretty cool samples and examples of elements, or just copies of some pretty cool stuff, like John Dalton's table of atoms and elements. We'll put that back. And then some other stuff, like hydrogen. That's where I got the cubic zirconia from. Titanium, hafnium, tungsten. I can show you where, this is where the gold sample came from. And then it's got some other samples in here, like here's radon, and glow-in-the-dark luminous europium paint. And yeah, that's the element collection. I will see you guys in the next video.